Ever stumbled upon the term omega male and wondered what it means? Well, we're about to unravel the mystery of this intriguing personality type. In the world of masculinity, we often hear about alphas and betas. You know, the assertive leaders and the second-in-commands, but there's another less-known archetype that exists beyond these popular constructs. Meet the omega male. Omega males are those individuals who prefer to live life on their own terms. They are the rule breakers, the trendsetters, the ones who dance to the beat of their own drum. Unconventional and often misunderstood, they march to their own rhythm, and that's what makes them unique. One of the defining characteristics of omega males is their fierce independence. They are not swayed by societal expectations or norms. Instead, they carve out their own path, guided by their own beliefs and values. They don't seek validation from others or vie for attention. Their validation comes from within, from their personal fulfillment and sense of purpose. Another striking feature of omega males is their creativity. They are known to think outside the box, to see beyond the obvious, to challenge the status quo. It's this creative flair that often sets them apart from their alpha and beta counterparts. But it's not just about independence and creativity. Omega males are also known for their empathy. They have a deep understanding of human emotions, which allows them to form deep and meaningful relationships. They may be introverted, but their connection with others is often profound and heartfelt. However, their unconventional approach to life often leads to them being misunderstood. People may mistake their independence for aloofness, their creativity for eccentricity, and their empathy for weakness. But make no mistake, these traits are their strength, their superpower. So that's an omega male, a unique, independent, and misunderstood archetype in the world of masculinity. Omega males march to the beat of their own drum. But what does this really mean? Let's delve into the unique and independent nature of omega males, a trait that sets them apart from the rest of the pack. Omega males, unlike their alpha and beta counterparts, prefer to live life on their own terms. They don't subscribe to societal norms or expectations. Instead, they chart their own course, preferring the road less traveled. This isn't because they are rebellious or contrarian by nature. No, it's because they believe in the freedom of choice, in the power of individuality, and in the authenticity of their own path. They don't seek validation from the crowd. They don't need the approval of others to feel good about themselves or their choices. The omega male's self-worth isn't tied to the number of likes on a social media post or the amount of praise they receive. They know their worth, and that's enough for them. This indifference to societal expectations might make them seem aloof or detached to some, but that's a misconception. They aren't disconnected from society. They simply don't let society dictate their actions or choices. They don't conform for the sake of conformity. They value their independence and the freedom it brings. Omega males are comfortable in their own skin. They are true to themselves and their beliefs. They don't pretend to be someone they're not just to fit in or be accepted. They are unapologetically themselves, and this authenticity is what draws others to them. They are the masters of their own destiny, the captains of their own ship. They don't let societal norms or expectations steer their course. They set their own path, guided by their own compass. They don't need the validation of others to feel fulfilled. They find fulfillment in their independence, in their ability to be true to themselves, and in their courage to live life on their own terms. Independence, that's the key to understanding the omega male. They are free thinkers, free spirits, free to be themselves. They are omega males marching to the beat of their own drum, living life on their own terms and embracing the freedom that comes with independence. Creativity and empathy might not be the first traits you associate with masculinity, but for omega males they're central. Omega males often have a flair for thinking outside the box. You see, they're not confined by societal norms or traditional ways of thinking. This freedom allows them to approach problems from unique angles, to see possibilities where others might see dead ends. It's a trait that lends itself to innovation, to the creation of new ideas and solutions. And it's this creativity that helps omega males carve out their own path in life, regardless of what the world may expect from them. But creativity isn't the only thing that sets omega males apart. They also possess a deep well of empathy. It's not just about understanding the feelings of others, but truly sharing in them. This isn't a superficial connection, but a profound bond that extends beyond surface-level interactions. Omega males are not just listeners, they're feelers, immersing themselves in the emotional landscapes of those they care about. This empathetic nature often translates into a preference for deep, personal relationships. Omega males aren't interested in shallow connections or fleeting interactions. They seek out meaningful bonds, relationships that offer more than just companionship. They crave emotional depth, a shared understanding that goes beyond words. And it's this desire for depth that allows them to truly connect with others on an emotional level. There's a certain beauty in this combination of creativity and empathy. It's a blend of traits that allows Omega males to navigate the world in their own unique way. They're not bound by societal expectations or defined by traditional notions of masculinity. Instead, they embrace their individuality, using their creativity and empathy to create a life that's truly their own. Creativity and empathy, two more pieces of the Omega male puzzle. Omega males aren't just independent and creative, they're analytical thinkers and authentic individuals. Let's delve deeper into these fascinating aspects. Omega males, unlike their alpha counterparts, are often found in the realm of introspection, constantly analyzing their surroundings, their actions, and the world around them. In the labyrinth of their minds, they are ceaselessly processing information, questioning norms, and breaking down complex ideas into comprehensible bits. This analytical prowess is not for the sake of mere intellectual exhibition, but is driven by a profound desire for personal fulfillment. Think of it this way: while alphas may be the ones spearheading the charge, omegas are the strategists, the thinkers behind the scenes. They're the chess players in a world full of checkers. They don't merely accept things at face value or follow the crowd. They question, they probe, they seek deeper understanding. But what sets them apart even more is their authenticity. Omega males have an inherent respect for individuality, not just their own, but of others as well. In a world that often values conformity, they dare to be different. They are not swayed by societal expectations or the latest trends. They are the ones setting their own paths, guided by their own moral compass, not by the need for approval or acceptance. Contrast this with the typical alpha male behavior. Alphas often crave validation and attention. They seek to be the loudest in the room, the ones at the center of attention. But for Omega males, validation comes from within. They don't need the spotlight to know their worth. They don't require applause to affirm their actions. Their authenticity is their badge of honor, their individuality, their strength. Analytical and authentic, the final traits that define an Omega male. Now that we know what an Omega male is, the question is, how do you become one? Well, it's not as complicated as you might think. The journey to becoming an Omega male starts with embracing your individuality, your own unique quirks and characteristics that make you, you. It's about shedding the expectations society has placed upon you and daring to walk your own path. You see, Omega males are not conformists. They don't follow the crowd. They are independent thinkers, often analytical, who aren't afraid to challenge the status quo. They value personal fulfillment over societal norms. So to become an Omega male, you need to start thinking independently. Question things. Don't just accept what you're told. Seek out your own answers. Next, foster creativity. Omega males are known for their creative minds. They don't just see the world, they imagine how it could be. They're often involved in artistic pursuits or innovative ventures. So explore your creative side. Paint, write, invent, do whatever makes your soul sing. But being an Omega male isn't just about being independent and creative. It's also about empathy. Omega males are deeply empathetic individuals. They feel for others and understand their emotions. So practice empathy. Try to understand people's perspectives, their feelings, their struggles. It's not about sympathizing, it's about empathizing. Finally, authenticity is key. Omega males are genuine, they are real. They don't pretend to be something they're not. They don't seek validation from others because they validate themselves. To become an Omega male, you need to be true to yourself. Be genuine, be authentic, embrace who you are, and don't be afraid to show it to the world. So there you have it, the path to becoming an Omega male. Remember, it's all about being true to yourself, thinking independently, and validating your own worth.